Greetings, fellow servants of the Emperor, and battle brothers of the Astartes, sisters of the Imperium, and every other Imperial faction who uses Space Marine Rhino chassis stuff. So, with the new Sister of Battle Predator equivalent being announced, I figured I'd take a look at the old Predator. Or, well, not quite the old Predator, the current Predator. But since my local flags had a Predator in 5th edition packaging, I figured I might as well grab that box. So, first up, let's take a look at the box. Now, I've actually opened it and built the thing. I had originally tried to record a unboxing of the tank, but I left the video resolution set to something like 280, which I use basically when I'm recording when I'm recording the audio for videos, so it wasn't exactly good quality. So, first off, we have a picture of the Predator in Annihilator configuration, which is the twin-link glass cannons. We see the Predator Annihilator turret. We see the back of it, because I've got this thing upside down. We see the front side of the Rhino. Blah, blah, blah. That's just sprue and loose bits. We have it with the Predator Destructor, which is this variant, which has the funky autocannon turret. I say funky because GW have did a whole lot of changes to it in 8th edition. I haven't kept up with Space Marines in 8th, which isn't hard really, the amount of changes they keep giving them. We have Predator in Blood Angels colours, and a Predator Annihilator in Space Wolves colours. Now, if I remember correctly, it was actually the Space Wolves who bolted on las cannons onto a Predator to allow them to take on a heretical fortification or heretic armour. That was the old lore. I don't know what the post-fleshing out of the Horus Heresy lore for this thing is. It was also the Space Wolves, I think, that found the Lehman Russ tank, which is why it's called that. Just like, you guard need a heavy tank, we're giving you one. So yes, but on to the main event. Brothers, regroup! Here we have a Predator set up in Destructor configuration with sponts and heavy bolters. Now the heavy bolters are actually just blue tacked on. And really, for the moment I get to looking at the sponsons is the moment I first need to bring up mould slip. So this tank kit is 15, 16 years old. Like it says on the sprue that I think it says on the sprue it's 2005. Pardon me flicking things there. But it may in fact be older, and as a result some of the parts of the model sprue have started to slip. And this is to be expected from old models, and this might be one of the reasons why GW basically is instead of just redoing kits, is doing a whole lot of new stuff for the Space Marines. Could be the real reason why Primaris are a thing, because they don't want to have to redo the molds. I mean, not like they couldn't afford to. Their Games Workshop, the amount of money they made last year alone was insane. But yes, it comes with the option, and I have just blue tacked it. It's not actually hard stuck on there. There we go. It comes with the option to be an Annihilator, and as you can see, I've kind of just the blue tack stayed on the tank. Didn't stay on the tank. Just with a simple swap of a couple of parts, it can be an a Predator Annihilator. I was going to say Lehman Russ Annihilator because that is a variant that exists, but it's pretty much only Forge World. And I think Forge World have discontinued it, or at least plan to, because I think if I remember correctly it was in I think it was in the Legends PDF. Now one of the other spots I noticed the mold slip particularly was on the sponson pins. Now a trick with these, if you're getting yourself a Predator, is put a tiny dab of glue on the top of the little pin and insert it in after you've put the pin. Well, okay, let me start again so it makes sense. First, push the pin through the top plate there. Next, put a tiny dab of glue on the end of the plate, and then push the little targeter on, and hold it upside down, occasionally twisting the pin so as to let it so as to make sure the glue doesn't stick in the actual turning point. Anyway, tips and tricks aside, just going to turn it like that. So I've basically just blue tacked those. I did glue the las cannons together though, so they won't be able to be mounted on here because they've been glued together to be something else later on. I have plans that will use twin las cannons, but yeah, she has sponce and las cannons that can be put on there instead. Instead of having a closed hatch, you can actually have a gunnery hatch, which has a storm bolter on it, and the storm bolter was actually where I noticed the mold slip the most, particularly on the little hand grip. Particularly on that little hand grip. Not sure if you can actually see it in my camera, because my camera's garbage, and, well, my camera's old. It's not actually garbage. It served me quite well. And that also, it also has a Tech Marine gunner. Now, for those who don't know, Tech Marines tend to be the ones that are operating the guns on Space Marine vehicles. Occasionally Tactical Marines will be put up there, but normally it's just the Tech Marines. Now, I could have built it so that he was in there, but as this thing will appear on the channel later on, I'm turning this thing into a castigator. For my Sisters of Battle. I just went, I'm going to get myself a Predator finally, so I can actually have the actual parts for one, and then turn it into something else. Now, as with Rhino chassis stuff of this era, it actually comes with all the parts to allow you to actually set it up as a Rhino. Sadly, it doesn't come with the parts that turned it into a Razorback, but, well, that happens. Besides, why would you turn this thing into a Razorback when you can turn it into a Rhino? I mean, to be fair, Razorbacks are pretty good. Now, the Rhino has the Storm Bolter on the top, so you put the Storm Bolter on the top. Now, that's just going to fall out in a moment anyway. But yes, now, I've got a whole little tray of the extra parts it comes with. Comes with a Hunter-Killer missile, comes with a headlight with a light, comes with a little sensor targeter, comes with a couple of little hooks that I can actually pick them up. These little hook pieces go on the front of the hull. I'm not sure what their intended thing is, but they go on there. Now, the normal Rhino kit comes with a dozer blade. This doesn't come with a dozer blade, which is kind of a shame, but I mean, it comes with it's set up as a Predator, but still. Now, the Tech Marine gunner's shoulder pads have the Tech Marine icon on there. This isn't the Space Wolf Priest, or Iron Priest, or whatever they're called, one. But yes, now I'll just grab that off. Grab the Rhino parts off, and just put the Predator pieces on. Now, to show you the inside of it. So, one of the biggest differences from the newer Rhino stuff, particularly for the Sisters of Battle, now I haven't got the Sororitas Rhino because it's $100 for a Rhino, is that it actually comes with moulded interiors. Now, this piece is removable, you don't have to glue it in, you can. Personally, I don't, on tanks that aren't going to have the interior shown, because I like to use it for conversion building. Now, we can see the inside of the Rhino here. Now, as a comparison, I have an Exorcist. Take a look at the difference of the insides. Like, oops, I'll just put this on high. I'll just give this thing the high ground. It's over, Anakin. I have the high ground. But yeah, take a look at the difference of the interiors. Like, I feel like this thing isn't worth anywhere near as much. due to the fact it hasn't got anywhere near as much plastic in it. Now, admittedly, the Exorcist has the top whole section, but at the same time, I liked the Rhino having an interior. But that's just me. So we have, just put the Exorcist there, and I'll be doing, eventually I'll get the Exorcist video done. At this point it's kind of a running joke on this channel that the Exorcist video is never going to happen. It'll happen, I don't know what decade at this rate, but to be fair, every time I've gone to do it, something's come up. Either the model's not been finished to my satisfaction, which is, let's face it, a common gripe. Like, it looks good except on camera. On camera it looks awful, but that's also down to the light of wherever I'm recording it. Now, so yes, oops, the Sponson's coming undone. Completely coming undone. Oh well. Now, I know there are people that magnetise the Predator sponsons, and that's a cool thing. Personally, I'd have rathered if GW had provided the parts to allow you to build it, to basically give it a second turret, or make it so the turret can be easily slotted out, and gave you spare sponson parts to actually mount both sets of sponsons on pieces and then just be able to insert them as you need them. But that's just me. Yes, and two spare las cannons for conversion. Feel free to guess in the comments what you think I'm going to do with these. I honestly like seeing what people think upcoming projects of mine will be. Sometimes you guys give me ideas for cool projects. Sometimes. But yes, this has been a look at the Space Marine Predator. As I said, this thing will be appearing on the channel in the near future, being turned into a castigator for my Sisters of Battle. Ah, camera stand. It's not like existing. But then what do we expect? But then I expect too much out of it. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you guys later, and feel free to check out other videos I've got. I've linked a few conversion building videos for Space Marines on the screen, and some conversion showcases and so on. I'm not even sure what I've put on the screen on the end screen here, but hope you enjoyed. Anyway, bye.